Suella Braverman, I'm afraid, finds it very difficult to shut up when other people are keeping quiet. During the marches yesterday, there were some ugly scenes, there were some arrests. Nigel Farage said someone was arrested for carrying a union flag. The police have denied this, though there is a photograph of them taking the man away, and the flag has been confiscated and is in somebody's hands. Suella Braverman says, "Thank you to the police officers who worked so hard yesterday in difficult circumstances to manage thousands of protesters. Numerous arrests were made as a result of pockets of disorder, violence and hate. To all those who saw fit to promote genocide, glorify terrorism and mock the murder of Jewish people, including women and babies, the police are coming for you." A 67-year-old man arrested on Saturday will appear in court next month, charged with intentionally causing racially aggravated harassment, alarm or distress. He is alleged to have made racist remarks towards people gathered in Whitehall and to a police officer. I wonder which was the more important and which was the point at which he was arrested and for which he was arrested, but maybe we shall never know. The issue is we don't want to be arresting people for their views. We want to be changing those views. We want to be encouraging people to think differently rather than arresting them. This is madness. Madness, madness, madness. I think anyway, the whole idea of marching in the 21st century is a form of madness. It doesn't do anything. The government ignores the effort. It may make you feel as if here I am using the second person, it may make you feel as if you have solidarity and as if you are in union with others who share your views. But it's not going to do anything. So there are other ways of attracting attention, of harnessing support, and I think we need to explore those ways of dealing with action or whatever you want to call it. Because the old ways, the ways of the 20th century, the ways of the 19th century, are the ways of the 19th century. We persisted with them for far too long. They are no longer functioning. Even with enormous turnout, as for example with the fox hunting ban, enormous turnout. It did nothing to the law. The law was still passed. The law is still useless. And it's a law which was so badly framed. But at the time, that wasn't the issue. At the time, the issue was that lots of country people piled into London saying we're going to lose our jobs. That didn't really happen. But nevertheless, the law went ahead. Very few people talked about the fact that the law was not focused, didn't do what it said it was going to do. It's almost impossible to apply in practice. And maybe it will find its time in place, and maybe it will find its place in time. But it's one of those laws which you cite as something which doesn't work. And to spend so much time, so much of parliamentary time, putting through a law which doesn't work is a waste of our democracy. So we should find a way to protest more directly, to get opinions out, to get the debate started. It's the debate we need, and the debate is being avoided in Parliament. In fact, Parliament today is more like a demonstration, is it not? With people, they may not be waving placards, but they're certainly bandying slogans around. They're not having an informed discussion, certainly not in the House of Commons. Maybe in the House of Lords, and maybe I should celebrate the fact that, for the moment, Keir Starmer is not going to abolish the House of Lords. but he will eventually. And the House of Lords, as it stands, is not quite doing its job, because actually the House of Lords is, at the moment, the only part of Parliament which is functioning as a debating chamber. And so making the House of Commons look even more ridiculous. Who wants that? We need a return to proper politics. We need a return to real debate. We need to be able to hear completely different points of view that we don't agree with. We need to be able to weigh them up and discuss them. It's not about weighing them up and forming our opinion. Who cares what our opinion is? It's about having that discussion. It's not about the goal. It's about the journey. It's not about that final resolution. So many people, and in the comment section, so many people talk about making up their mind and about how they wish to be informed and about the truth. All of these things are in motion. And you make up your mind today, maybe tomorrow you will change it. But nothing can happen if there isn't informed debate in which we all participate. That is our aim. That is the aim of any coherent, any grown-up, any mature society, to have an informed debate. And without that, we are the poorer. And if you look at the newspapers, the newspapers today, for example, the headlines are all about decisions. There are no decisions. We're presenting opinions as decisions. This is nonsensical. Utterly nonsensical. We are being blinded by our entitlement to the truth. The truth is elusive. And when we have the truth today, we don't have it tomorrow. The truth is like the Holy Grail. You cannot grasp it. You think you've got it. When you think you've got it, there's another truth waiting. But it shouldn't stop you searching for it. It shouldn't stop you thirsting for truth. And for that, you must look at what other people believe. You must look at other opinions, wild opinions, opinions that are so different to yours, and you must listen to people. And I think back to particularly meeting Andrea Leadsom, who pilloried me with her opinions and her information and her decisions, and this was in the context of a constituency surgery. And I didn't get a word in. Not a word. And I thought then, and that was way back, nearly right at the beginning of this Conservative period. So way back, nearly 12 years, 13 years ago. And I thought then, we are in some sort of cycle where people don't listen. And that's not good for our democracy. It's not good for our personal health. And we also get people telling us that we're ignorant if we don't share their views. We're ignorant if we don't draw their conclusions from the facts that we are given. We're stupid if we don't listen to this opinion, or if we are deceived by this news or that news. This is fake news. This is real news. Well, who are you to judge? All of it is information, and even something which is being contrived is actually news, is it not? It tells us what somebody wants us to believe, and that is important to know. And that tells us something about an opinion. Everything is important. Nothing should be dismissed.